It's Italian. Happy Friday. It's a great week.
Yeah. Did we get our music?
Did we get our music?
Yeah, you just didn't turn the speaker back on.
Oh, I thought I had.
Ah, dadgummit. Well, at least you guys can hear it, not us. Happy Friday, Keith.
Yes, sir. Happy Friday.
I am so flipping happy.
Trying to find the.
Oh, yeah, we got to find the stream real
video
quick
to
so we can
share it.
share it. Yep. Got to set a good example for our viewers, right?
Yep.
Oh, there it is. Woo-hoo. Usually, like, it takes a minute for me so that I look inept.
We got time left.
But yeah, awesome. Are you ready for this, dude?
We're ready. Let's do it.
We're ready. We're ready. We're ready, Freddy. Welcome to Honor Bound IT's weekly live stream with Greg Fine, your host, your co-host Keith Haskin, on the bench with Jennifer Hall, and produced by Mr. Rogers.
And now, Greg and Keith.
Hey, welcome.
Thank you.
Yeah, glad to see you here. Thanks for joining us this Friday afternoon, this freezing Friday afternoon, I might add.
Got pretty cold out here.
Yeah, we had snow last week. We had a little bit of snow last night, but nothing like last week. But man, freaking cold. Cold. Are you tired of being cold?
Yeah, winter's almost over, I think.
It's supposed to be nice on Sunday.
Yeah, it's warming up next week, so it's gonna be better than
That's right.
the wind chill made it feel like it was negative, whatever it was, 12, 13,
24.
24. Yeah, it was
Crazy stuff.
feels like
Feels like
that's what it says on the weather. So. Yeah, it was pretty cold.
But yeah, so like hang out because like every week we have like our meme of the week with Spencer and our cat pick of the week because that's what the internet's created for is cat videos and that sort of thing. So yeah, thanks for joining us, and we're just going to go ahead and go into the bench report for this week. And now for the bench report with Jennifer Hall.
Hey everybody, welcome to the Bench Report this week. I'm Keith and we're here with Jennifer Hall. And we had a couple things come in on the bench that we wanted to let you guys know about, so we'll get started right away. The first thing I think we need to talk to people about is Windows Home and then Windows Home in S mode. And so there's two different styles of operating system. And Jennifer, you kind of want to describe what we'll talk about S mode, and I'll let Jennifer explain what S mode is.
Well, S mode is safe mode. It allows you to get apps just from the Microsoft Store. So if you need like QuickBooks or that kind of stuff, it doesn't let you download those. It comes with antivirus. It's Microsoft's answer to the Chromebook.
Yeah, it's very limited in what you can download. And like you said, you can't add any kind of special third-party apps like QuickBooks, Adobe, even a Chrome browser. You can't install that. You have to use the Microsoft Edge browser, which comes with Microsoft Edge and Windows computers now.
Yeah.
One of the other limitations, like we were talking about with the applications, you only get one choice for your antivirus. You get what's installed with Windows Defender, and if you're okay with having those limited options and you can get by with that, then that might be a good choice for you. But for a lot of like businesses that do need special programs, it's not going to be the most ideal. It is a little bit cheaper, so you may need to spend a little bit extra money if you need a computer that's going to be able to run Adobe and QuickBooks and things like that. You can actually also play games on it. The Microsoft Store has a lot of games, and I know we had a lot of people that come in, and
That was a theme this week.
it's another theme. People just love those Microsoft games, whether it's the Spider Solitaire, or they have like these collections and things like that. And if they don't work and people can't use those, that's one of the reasons that they bought the computer. That's slightly disappointing. So we'll try the best that we can to help people out with that, but that kind of leads into one of our other things we wanted to talk about was, we do offer a lot of services here, and our most popular service is our standard PC cleanup. And you want to go in and talk about that a little bit, please?
Well, we run some to make sure that there's no malware. We run diagnostics to make sure your computer's working properly and isn't about to break. We also clean up any corrupted files and we install the latest updates.
Yeah, we've been doing the standard PC repair for quite a long time, and things have changed obviously with some of the tools that we use. And going back to the S mode, we do use third-party apps to do some of these scans, and sometimes we can't do that. We're only limited to what is in the S mode computer, and what we can do. And we can still do a lot of stuff. It's just we're limited in that. But for most other people, our standard PC cleanup is very helpful. Usually, people maybe once a year need to get that checked out just to make sure that their hardware is working. Definitely if you're seeing any error messages or warnings and things like that, definitely a good thing to get that looked at before it's too late.
Did we not hit the teaser?
Yeah.
Oh,
That's probably what that gap was.
Yeah. What happened there, dude?
well, did we have the teaser at the end?
Yeah, we should have.
Should've. Yeah.
Should have. It
Well-
looked like we had a few minutes left on it, but anyways, gotta have at least one screw up every show, right?
Right.
Yep.
But we do have a weekly tech talk coming up, and
Yeah, we did.
it'll be about, I believe it was Windows 11.
Yes,
and some of
all
the
the
really-
reasons why Windows 11 is an awesome thing to do. Yep.
Well, not all the reasons, just a few of my favorites.
Yeah. There's more than your favorites though, and like a lot of people, they get sort of scared of new operating system, because they're used to that Windows 10 experience, and honestly, it's really not all that much different. Just a couple things that all your start buttons in the middle.
You had a call, didn't you, from somebody who was asking about, they got a notification about their computer was ready for Windows
Oh
11?
yeah. And then I upgraded their both their systems. They're on our service, and and I did it remotely. I didn't even have to go to their house to do it. So that's kind of cool.
Nice.
Yep, on Windows 11. They were a little bit concerned because their machines were getting a little bit older than what we normally have. And it's like, well, is this something that I should do? Absolutely. Get those extra security features that you get only in Windows 11. And we love it. You've been using it since when?
I started using it.
Use it after me
Yeah, I
because
started.
I'm brave.
I think I
You're
started at the
not.
beginning of this year, or maybe it was like towards the end of last year. I can't remember, but I remember it's been around for. It's probably been about 6 months now, 7, 8 months,
More
maybe.
than that, I think. Yeah,
'Cause it came
I
out-
don't remember.
yeah.
It's all a blur.
Well, it came out in October, I think, when it was officially released to the public, and you started using it in the pre-release,
Yep.
and I think I started using it probably in December or the beginning of the year.
Yeah, you're not supposed to use it in production, but
No.
how else am I supposed to learn how to use it to support you?
But you didn't have much trouble, did you?
Didn't have any trouble, like none. I mean, I reload my operating system multiple times every year, anyways. My computer screws up. Hey, listen, that's like the best way to fix your computer if it's acting stupid. And we have that happen often, where not that we have our computers screw up often. I'm just saying, like, we do that often, with a lot of our clients where they're set up where all they have to do is sign in with their username and password, and everything is back the way that it was, except for they don't have the problems that they started out with. So it makes it a lot easier to do a reload, right?
Yeah, it does.
Yep. Particularly if you're using OneDrive. All your stuff is all the same place, all the stuff on your desktop. You might have to install a program or two, right?
Mm-hmm.
But that's about it. Yeah. Big shortcuts compared to what we had to do back in the day. And I'm old enough to remember like the 35 floppy disks,
Oh, geez. Not
the
doing
bad
that.
old days. Yeah. So yeah, we've had like quite a week. We've been mostly working on content creation. as of last Saturday, seeing that if you guys joined us last week, we sort of used our crappy cameras, and because I just simply wanted to get Facebook Friday out. It's one of those things. Personally, I don't know about you, Keith, but I look forward to our Facebook Fridays and being able to interact with our viewers. But yeah, we had a lot of technical problems. So I came in on Saturday and tore everything all apart, and then plugged in one thing at a time to find out what the root cause of the problem was. It ended up being that there was a card in the computer that needed to be reseated into one of the slots, and then that fixed like the camera problem where we weren't able to use our good cameras to capture the video that you're watching now. And then we ended up with an audio problem that we fixed yesterday. Yeah, the expander one.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we had one plug-in too many.
I was trying to remember. I couldn't remember what
Yeah.
audio problem you were talking about.
Yeah, well, because it was like cutting in and out, like, and so we had like two plugins that were essentially doing the same thing, the expander and another one called Wider, and they were just like button heads. And again, we went through that whole thing, and it's kind of like any computer troubleshooting thing or electronics troubleshooting thing is like to narrow it down to one thing at a time. Because a good friend of mine, Nick Anderson, that works for a dear friend of mine in Texas called Discovery IT, he says, you can like throw a lot of things at a problem, but it's kind of like fixing your car with a whole bunch of wrenches and you just won't know what wrench really worked. So yes, sometimes slow down even though you want that end result so that everything works perfectly. Slow down one thing at a time, find out what you really need to fix, and away you go. And so that's kind of what we did. Hopefully, the lighting and the cameras and the sound are better than what they have been in the past. If they're not, please let us know, because we don't know when we're doing this stuff live. But yeah, awesome stuff. What else we got going on, Keith?
Well, I think the other thing we wanted to kind of mention is not next week, but 2 weeks from now, we're having our website is getting relaunched.
Yes.
And so we've been working with a partner to do our website. Obviously, we do a lot of IT stuff, and website's probably not one of our specialties. We can't be good at everything, so we push out some of the stuff that we're not as good at to professionals, which we found a partner that does, websites for businesses like ours. And, they have a proven track record of success with the way that they do their websites. And so we've been working on a couple, basically one of our landing pages really what we've worked on. They've got a lot of stuff built out already. I think they had some stock photos and things like that we needed to replace. We said, let's get some photos of us on there just to make the website a little more personable and, true to who we are. And then we really wanted to focus on our landing page for the security on a shoestring.
Brand new product.
Yeah, well, we've had it out for a while now, and
it's been new relatively.
Well, yeah, it's been out for a while, but the new website is really going to help us with the promotion of that. And so we've been working on a video for that page and some content for the landing page, so that way when people are interested or want to know more about what the security on a shoestring is, they can actually go to the landing page and they can watch a quick video that'll kind of describe the benefits of what you get and what it is. And, if you're not interested in watching the video, there'll be some words there too you can read real quick.
Yep.
Say, oh, yeah, I do need that. Oh, yeah, I do want that.
Yeah, the words were something that I got in trouble for.
But that's okay because these guys,
they do the copywriting, right?
they do a lot of the work for us, but we just got to give them something to jump off of.
That's right. The video was probably going to do that, but man, I got in trouble. It's like, it's absolutely unacceptable that you're copywriting.
Yeah, you were doing all the work for them, and they was like, wait a minute.
Yeah, because I'm so used to writing all my own stuff, But Yeah, now we can just give somebody an outline and they can fill in the blanks, and then we go in and then we approve to make sure that it's true to form, stuff that is truthful and what we want people to know. So we always get the final say, but to do the whole copywriting thing from end to end.
And they give us some a way to get in there, and if we need to update a picture or maybe we got a new article we want to add or something like that, we have a way to do that. Obviously, they're the partners, and we can get with them to do it. But if something that's like, especially for like a picture, like say we get a new picture or
Blog post.
a blog post, or we somebody gets certified in something, we can quickly go in and edit that. Sometimes
bang.
if you have to work with a partner and you submit a request, sometimes there is a delay in things, and they give us that little bit of like our own portal, I guess is what it would be called, right?
Yeah, they call it a back end of some sort, but we haven't like really had our hand on that yet. We're about to find out what that looks like. But it's supposed to be a lot easier for us because, the way that it was before, and it was a wonderful website that was put together for us. But the trouble was that it was very hard for Keith and me to maintain it, where now we'll just be able to plug things in to where they're supposed to go, and we won't have to worry about all the technical stuff involved, because you just can't be good at everything in technology and websites. It's like, no, you can't make me do it. We're going to, like, if you come to us for a website, we're going to recommend you to like Acme. Here in town, they do like a great job of doing websites. They do the sheriff's office too. They do their website. They do a really nice job.
Yeah, they do a great job, and they've done some other websites for some other businesses in town.
Yeah, I can't think of anything off the top of my head, but I haven't looked at their stuff. But they do like a lot of local companies here, and their stuff looks pretty good. But we wanted something that was specific to our industry, and this company that we ended up going with is one that they only deal with IT companies like ours, and that's kind of why we went with them. But man, gathering all that information that it took, to put that together and get them started, man, that was really time consuming, wasn't it?
Well, for you, I think you kind of took the lead on that one and worked with them exclusively to give them, the information they needed. And a lot of it, actually, they just swap off of our old website and said, because our old website was good, like you said.
Yeah, it was great. Yeah.
And they had a lot of stuff that they could pull off of there and move to the new website. But obviously, they have their own way of doing things, and we're just kind of, we're going to let it ride and see what they give us. And then, obviously, if we have any questions or concerns, we can get back to them, and they can make the changes necessary.
Yeah, and a lot of the things for me was, I knew what I was looking for, but didn't know where to find it in all of our subfolders. So it kind of was like a reminder to me that, man, I got to eat my own dog food and start cleaning some of this old stuff up and making some of the structure of our OneNote stuff and our folders in OneDrive a lot more simple, because we have like so many deep, it's like, I know what I'm looking for, but where did I put, how many times a week it's like, Keith, I don't know where we put that. And you hear that like several times. I hope I don't tick you off when I do that as often.
You have a tendency to put things on your desktop a lot.
Oh man.
And I'm the opposite. I'm like, let's just put it in the shared folder so that way everybody can get to it. Instead
Old habits die hard, my
just one
friends.
person,
Old habits die hard. But getting better, but it's something that we need to work a little bit harder.
Well, you bring up a good point, because there are a lot of people out there that work together on documents that don't know how to find them, or the one person, the creator of the document, may have just saved it to their own documents or their own desktop, and somebody else needs to work on that, where you're saving things to your desktop and I'm trying to put things into the shared folder, so that way, hey, if I'm not here, at least you can go to the folder and find it. And this is something that we've been working on with a lot of our other clients, is trying to get their data organized a little bit, so it makes it easier to work together on things.
Well,
like
yeah, it's kind of like how we talked, like when we did like the time management seminar for the Chamber of Commerce, that, when you and I first started out, a lot of the stuff in our business was stuck in my head, Well, and that's kind of like still a little bit of a problem because if I put stuff on my desktop, it only goes to me. Where if I stick it in a team folder, like under files, or add it to our one note where we keep all of our notes organized, then everybody has access to it. So, yeah. We all have stuff to work on and try to improve 1%, right, Keith?
Exactly. And that actually,
1%.
now that you said that kind of reminds me of an email we just got before we started our live stream is one of our clients has been using the OneDrive and the Teams, things like that.
Oh, yeah,
And
yeah.
they, and
Surprise!
when you're using Microsoft Edge, when your things are in Microsoft, they just try to make things easier for everybody. And the email was like, I'm concerned about this stuff that's on my homepage on my browser. And it was some documents that were within the company that they work on. And
Last stuff they worked on, yeah.
and
What the heck?
because we use it so frequently, it didn't register me right away that like, oh, this is something that we always see. But then, after I thought about it for a minute, I was like, oh yeah, you're on the internet and you're looking and your stuff is right there, plain as day. And you're like, can everybody see that? And it's like, well, actually you're in your organization with your browser signed into your account and it's all tied to your Microsoft stuff. And Microsoft's just throwing things up there for you that you can see. Like, I think his concern was there was some Excel spreadsheets and some files that they were working on together.
Yeah, can somebody else see that outside my organization?
Yeah, well, that's a
On the
scary
internet.
thing, right?
Yeah,
you don't want that stuff to be
If
out
I
there.
didn't know any better, I'd be scared.
No, but
Isn't it awesome that things work together now for the benefit of everybody in the company?
yeah, it is. And then
If it's configured right.
and I shared it. I shared my actual homepage with him and said, "Hey, this is okay. This is nothing.
These are the last dozen files I worked on.
Yeah, there's no data leak, and only people in your organization that have your domain account can see this." And I shared mine with him, and I get an email back. Oh, that's cool, not creepy. So I was like, okay, good. I'm glad we cleared that up because that is a concern. But like we said, using things that are shared files with Microsoft, OneDrive, OneNote, Teams. That way, everybody can work together and everything, and everybody can see what each other's working on. If they have any questions or need to know, the status of a document or a file, makes it so much easier.
Well, another wonderful thing, like when we're asked questions like that, then we know to preempt that with a new client and say, hey, listen, like if you're going to be signing into your Outlook, or into your Edge browser, it might show you some of the trail of stuff that you worked on. So don't be afraid. We know how to do that ahead of time. And for us, we just took it for granted. I did. It's like, what was the
the
last
same way.
thing I worked on? What one note were we working on last? And it's right there plain as day. And you know what is kind of weird because that's something that's relatively new. I actually find myself using the web apps more than I use the actual physical stuff that runs off of your computer stuff. It's crazy, isn't it?
It does make things very simple to just
Yep,
click
it
and
does.
use, and even like going back to the bench report where people were signing into that S mode and they were using install in a version of Excel or install in a version of Word or whatever. All that stuff is available on web apps now. Word.com, Excel.
Well, and for free for some people, right?
Yeah. With the free version, you do get access to web apps. You do not get access to desktop apps. You have to pay for that. But if you're okay using, Word Online and Excel Online, things like that, Outlook.com even, a free version, if you're not doing a whole lot, you can probably get by
you
with
can't
that.
do much formula stuff, and you don't get that much storage or anything else like that. But for your garden variety person that's doing like 1 or 2 spreadsheets, or if you're not, exactly with like complex formulas and that sort of deal. If you're doing it for your personal life, free stuff,
You
use
get
it
by
all.
with it.
Yep, that's right. But no S mode. We're finding that S mode is like a big headache. I don't know why. Like, why did Microsoft come out with that?
I guess.
I mean, they don't even charge for it to the person that manufactures the program, manufactures the computer. So there's no incentive there.
No, and I think even in the bench report, Jennifer had mentioned that it's kind of Microsoft's answer to the Chromebook, the
Yeah.
Chrome OS, where it's just a lightweight version of a laptop that you can use with a browser, and you can get on your web apps and do what you need to do, and you don't have to install a bunch of stuff. You don't need a large hard drive for storage. You know, you can get by with light on the RAM, but you know, for a lot of people, it's
We get a lot
not
of
gonna
people
cut
that
it.
come in here with problems, and then like, what do? You can't fix it with the specific applications that we'd want to use, and you know, my opinion is like, let Google be Google, let Apple be Apple, you be Microsoft, and do your own thing because you've been doing it for a long time, and either they're gonna love you or hate you. But
I'm almost, now that you're saying that, I'm almost thinking there'll be a time will come where S mode just won't be an option anymore. They'll just disband it and say,
Yep.
you know what,
Wow.
you're either home pro.
they've
or
done it the
enterprise.
last couple iterations of the operating system, so I don't know how true that's going to be, but yeah,
Wait and see, right?
yep. But we do have one really exciting thing coming up next week, don't we? On the 1st and 2nd of March.
Oh yeah, March 1st and 2nd.
We got to get through
Grow
March
Nebraska
before we get to
is
that.
putting on the Marketech event. They do this every year. I think they used to do it in the summertime, didn't they?
Yeah, I think they changed the time of it, and I think Tanner, when he was with us, he went.
Yeah,
and he
Tanner
was one
went
of
and
the
he was one.
panelists,
Yeah. So
Yeah, this is our first time.
yep, we'll be back. Autobound OT will be there, and that's where we'll be actually talking about the security on
Shakira's
security on a shoestring product that we've been really working hard on the last probably 8-10 months. Since
Yeah, it
really
was
got
always
going.
like a dream of mine to have something for like the small company that couldn't afford a lot but needed the same kind of enterprise quality support, and we got her nailed down, dude.
I think we do. Yeah, we've got probably a dozen clients that have actually signed up for it and are using it, and we haven't heard any
Not a
bad
lick of
feedback.
trouble.
So we've got a few calls and some questions and things like that. But that's kind of our entry level into IT services. A lot of
That's right.
businesses just
Yep.
either don't have a person on staff, can't afford it, or just maybe think they don't need it. Well,
They got one or two computers and they like call an IT company like once a year, twice a year. Why pay for something that you're not using, right?
exactly. So that's kind of that's the new product we'll be pushing out March 1st and 2nd at Marketech. So if you guys are out there and you guys are in the Kearney area on those days and you've signed up for Marketech, we'd love to see you out there. There's going to be a lot of people, a lot of other vendors, not just IT, but Grow Nebraska.
There's all kinds of like makers in Nebraska that do wonderful things. Everything from making soap to making different food products. There's some that actually make different wood products. And it's not craft show material. I'm not putting craft shows down by any stretch. Don't get me wrong, but stuff that is commercially available. Some of them wholesale their product. And if you're not a member, you can still come to Marketech, but you need to go to marketechconference.com and you need to sign up. I know that there's very, very limited seating left. They don't only allow so many people to get onto the Marketech conference. But do join. I mean, it's a great organization. Like, we've had really good experience. We really honestly want to promote our state and the quality of product that our small businesses produce here in town. And there's some cool stuff that people don't even know is made in Nebraska, and you might meet those nice people at Marketech. So yeah, we're at the end of our show today, aren't we?
Yeah. Speaking of SOS, let's go ahead and roll the clip, please.
Hey, have you heard about security on a shoestring? It's the right size protection for many small businesses that don't have a lot of budget but want the basics. So what does it include? You get security with next generation antivirus, cloud-based firewall, a complete set and forget daily backup. Imagine having your own pit crew that monitors your computer's health. you'll have the latest patches and updates. We also perform routine maintenance on your PC automatically. You'll get access to us from 8 to 5 Central Time on a pay-as-you-go basis. Is Security on Shoestring affordable? Security on Shoestring was designed to fit any budget. You pay only for what you use, nothing more. Join hundreds of other customers who trust Honor-Bound IT. Find out if Security on a Shoestring is a good fit for you. Call 877-814-6860. Again, 877-814-6860.
And now, the meme of the week. So, for this week, it says, when you said the cat was hacking down here, I assumed you meant a hairball. I've just got to say, it's a big,
But just
you're right.
yeah, that's from Peggy.
That's a good one.
Yes, it was. She texted me the other day. I nearly fell off my chair laughing.
So,
Anytime you see a cat in sunglasses.
Yeah,
oh,
that's
of
right.
course, yeah.
Yep, positively.
Especially like that, yeah, for sure.
Yep. And then we got like our cat picture of the week coming up.
Yeah, cat pick. Here you go.
Yeah. Yeah, because the internet's made for cats, right? You got to have like, what is that? Kitten Academy. You want to watch
live stream
cats,
Kitten Academy?
Kitten Academy. You want to watch kittens all day. But this is Ned. He's my cross-eyed kitty, and we love him. He's really soft, really soft. But he's Peggy's boy. And yeah. So that's kind of like our cat pick of the week.
Old Ned.
And you know what? I mean, you guys can send me cat picks of the week. You just got to tell us what the cat's name is, who you are, and we'll post your cat up there.
Yeah,
We're happy to
I
do
only
that.
have 2 cats and
Yeah.
one.
Yeah.
Jennifer's has none.
Don't tell them how many cats I got. Yeah, only 8.
Hairball.
Hairball, yeah, I've been hacking. But thank you for joining us. We really appreciate that you spent this time with us this week, and tell us how we can do better. And if you have any topics that you'd like us to go over and do a little research and talk about in our Friday afternoon, we'd absolutely love that kind of feedback from you. And we hope to see you next week.